family and your kids. You can bring the kids, you can bring the dog. It's something for everybody to do, and it's going to be a fun and great day that day. Also, I want to give out shout out to our cyclists who will be going Saturday, September the 21st. To the MS 150 City to Shore bike race. So it's about 18 folks going throughout the membership who are going to attend and, strive and conquer the 150 miles, 75 miles
from 413.
413, 57, 135, our health and safety team, and 332.
Who goes from 332?
Tracy Weatherly, his name. He's really into it. Shout out to Tracy Weatherly. He's a health guru. He's really takes care of himself, and he rides so well. And this is his thing. All of them, they do such a great job. Stanley Sanders, Parham. Shout out to Mr. Alan Parham. He's going. He's been cycling, so he's been doing, I think, maybe 2-3 years now. And one time Harper did it too. I don't know if he did this particular, but he went to Lake Tahoe.
I remember.
So they're out there. They're getting healthy and fit, and these are men of color and brown, just trying to get it together because they know that's right. Brothers doing their thing, and they know how important health is to them and their family. So shout out to you all that's participating in that bike race. Also, I want to give a shout out because I haven't been here in a minute, but I do want to applaud the No Mo and PA Fact program for a great back to school extravaganza, I can say, that they had at Labor's Local 332 about 2 weeks ago, I want to say. And they had hundreds and hundreds of kids there. They not only had school supplies, but they had uniforms, they had hygiene products, they had moon bouncer, DJ, food. I think that it was catered also. I don't know the exact caterers for the soul food. You may think of it. Okay, but I know they had Chipotle there. Chipotle, it was a nice event. The kids face painting. They had dance contests. I mean, the kids and the family, yes, enjoyed themselves so much. And I have a young lady with me who's helping me today. Her name is Ann Grice, and she is a member of Labor's Local 332. We're going to get to her and her story shortly. I'm so glad she's here today. So, yeah, shout out to the NOMO and PA Fact program that really had a great event for the kids. Also, for Labor Day, because we were at Labor Day, but Labor Local 413 on Labor Day had their own community outreach event. They had a Labor Day voter registration block party, which I heard was awesome for the family and the kids to come to. Getting people, registered to vote was a great reason not to be at the Labor Day parade. If any reason why you're not at the Labor Day parade, getting people to register for vote is number one. So we missed you all, but I'm heard that your event was great, so we thank you for giving the people at Chester the opportunity to register, which is awesome. Let me see, any other in-house? I think that's it at that time. Oh, I want to give a shout out to my husband, Mr. Sam Staten Jr. His birthday is this Monday, September the 9th, before I forget, because, we get talking and running the mouth and I'll forget. So I definitely want to give him a shout out. Cody, you good?
And speaking about Sam, you got to look at the progress of that building.
The progress. Oh, my goodness. It's amazing.
That is amazing.
How that building is coming along. I take my afternoon lunch break and I walk to Fresh Grocers and back, and I'm just amazed.
Every day.
Yes, it's so awesome. It's so awesome. So I'm looking.
They look like they're ahead of schedule.
They really are. They're moving fast, and I'm thinking. I was talking to the trustees. I'm going to see if they can confirm, and I wanted to get a billboard up at Girard Avenue just to put it up to let people know that we're coming. The We Build logo.
You already have it, don't you?
Not the billboard. Well, it's just a sign, but I kind of wanted people to actually see it when they driving by and say 1 block at Boyd and Thompson, the LDC training school, Sam Staten Jr., and all the great people of the LDC. I would love to see that, like in, big sign. That's right, Cody. I said it. But
so a good birthday card to give him? Take a picture of the building.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Put it on a card, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll never know because he's not listening, right?
Cody got jokes today. Cody has jokes today. Well, people, if you're listening, I hope you are listening. We have a great guest today. We have our very own Ann Grice. She's a member of Labor's Local 332. She's not only a member, she is one of those like dedicated, committed members who volunteer, who you see all the time, members that we love, we appreciate, and she just gives herself. And we're so thankful for members like her. We're also thankful that she's actually, given the opportunity to come on and talk a little bit about her story. She's an advocate for Reform Alliance and all of the above, anything that has to do with incarceration and the needs when it comes to better parole system and probation. And she's here with us today. And hello, Ann, how are you?
Hi, hello. How's everyone?
We're good. It's so funny because we were talking to Ann before we got on the show. We're like, no, wait for the show. Because, Cody always have questions behind the scenes. And then he want to act quiet when we get on live. So, but no, she's here to tell her story, a story of second chances that we always talk about with the Labor District Council and their members, and how it is a place for opportunity for second chances. And that's one of the things that we're really proud on, and we stand tall on, representing those who actually need a second chance coming out of being incarcerated. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Ann.
Sure. My name is Ann Grice, and I am a member of Labor's Local 332. I have been for over 3 years. I'm a mother of 2 children. I have 2 sons, one 28, one 11.
Okay.
And my son is also a Labor's Local 332 member as
Oh,
well.
wow. We love to keep it in the family. That's
right.
a good thing.
And I just was able to tell my story because of Labor's Local 332. I never openly came and told my story to anyone because of the fact of judgment. You may not be able to get a job. How all the heads turned, and the fear of not being able to come out and get back into society.
It's definitely understandable. So just tell us, where did you grow up?
I grew up at 25th and Lehigh.
Okay.
I went to St. Columbus. I went to Catholic school. I was from a very well-kept family. My father was a black business owner, bar owner, and he was murdered in the early 80s.
Okay.
He had a bar at 13th and Spring Garden, which was very successful for a black man back then. And I had a very, very good upbringing. I just did something and I got in trouble. Like I always say, I told Cody earlier, everyone's done something, they just didn't get caught.
Exactly.
I am guilty of my crime. Yes, I am. I did do what I did, not proud of it, but I served my time, and I came home to get myself in order and get my life together and on the right direction where it should have been from the first place.
And when you say you made a mistake, and we all have, or either we made the mistake and gotten away with it, or we did dodge the bullet and was like, oh my God, thank God I didn't, but like you said, people are judged every day on their past, which is sad in a sense. And sometimes when they've made that mistake and they go in front of a judge, the judge just sees you and see how you are in black and white. And it's sad to say that's the only thing that he can judge you on. But in the minds of a lot of judges, and we know this as African American people, they are judging you, prejudged you far before you even enter the court.
Way before.
And that was your only time first offense, right?
First offense, non-violent offense, and I was sentenced to 57 months. I was sentenced 57 months, 3 years of supervised release. So pretty much that's 8 years of 8 years of my life. I was convicted August 25th, 2011. And I did 4 years, 2 months, 25 days in a federal prison. And I did my time in Danbury, Connecticut, and some of my time in FDC, Philadelphia. And the thing is that I came home and I knew what I had to do, and I came home with the help of Local 332. I did it, and I'm not stopping. I'm not done.
So when you said you came home with the help of Local 332, how did that all transpire?
Well, I joined the program. It's called RISE, which was, I believe, Mayor Nutter. Back then. It was the reintegration program. I was in that program. So happens that a gentleman named Tracy Fisher. Okay. He was a federal inmate. He did time himself. He came to the program, to speak to people. He did a mock interview with me, and he said if I could pass a drug test, he would give me a job at the convention center.
So drug test while you were incarcerated?
No, I was out of this.
Right, so as
this
soon
is-
as you
yeah,
came
as soon
out.
as I came out.
Oh,
Yeah, this
okay.
as soon as I came out, I joined. That's what the program is. It helps people, it gives
Right,
you
of
job
course.
training, resume instructions, whatever. And
Okay.
it just happened I was at the right place at the right time. This man, he was saying how he needed help in the convention center with housekeeping, and I have an apprenticeship that I did receive incarcerated from the
Wow.
United States Department of Labor in residential, commercial, and industrial housekeeping. So I do have an apprenticeship, so I was already in the right path. And he just said if I could pass a drug test, I had a job, and I passed the drug test, and I worked at the convention center from that point on. And after receiving 480 hours, I was in the local.
Wow. So as soon as you were released, you went straight home? How did
I went to the halfway house for 7 months.
Okay.
And then I went home, and that's when I went to join the RISE program. I joined the program while I was in the halfway house.
Okay, okay.
So that's when I got hired for the Pennsylvania Convention Center, which is under
Right.
Labor's Local 332.
And became a union. Did you know anything really about the union, the benefits, anything at that time?
Not one bit.
Wow.
Not one bit. Nothing. I knew nothing of the union because, like I said, once I started, it took you 480 hours to get to
Legally, you can join.
And the way the company was working, it was very hard to get that many hours, but I was determined. I got the hours, and I saw the organization. I jumped straight in to see what you guys were about.
Right.
And I love it. And now people can understand more why I support my union so much. I've heard so much, I'm not going to that union. I don't support the union. The union this, the union that. Learn on your own. The reason I'm off tomorrow and Sunday is because of my union. The reason I make the wage that I make, the way I'm able to take care of my family and my loved ones that looked out for me when I couldn't do anything is because of my union, because of a union, period. So it's like it's so many people that are in our union and they have no clue at all. And I was there.
And like you said, they go by hearsay.
Right.
You know, figure it out and learn on your own. And we do that to ourselves. We talked about that a lot. Our culture, we will believe what the next person says because of their bad experience instead of learning for ourselves.
And that's what I did. I stepped in and I learned for myself. I joined a few committees, did as much as I could, volunteering. I was appointed a position as the shop steward for the housekeeping department. Then I was switched over to the foreman of the housekeeping department.
Wow.
And they were pleased with my work. I'm a hard worker. I don't need any handouts. I know what I have to do. I like to work. So I just did what I was supposed to do, and it showed through. It was, it was not unnoticed. It was noticed. So January 2017, I fell. And while I was off, I was saying, it's time for me to take a change, a step up. So I turned my book over to a laborer, and I became a laborer. So I stayed a laborer for a while, and now, present day, I'm a laborer for the Philadelphia Housing Authority.
Wow.
What do you mean you turned your book over and became a laborer?
Well, housekeeping is ran by Labor's Local 332, but it's a total different department from a laborer. Laborers are in the trades, like we have carpenters, we have the electricians, the stagehands, and we have the laborers. So I already knew the building, so it was pretty easy to just do the transition. It was a better wage, and it was a great experience for me. I stayed as long as I could as a housekeeper, but the trade was really the way to go.
So now you do labor.
Now I'm a laborer. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
For PHA.
Now I'm a laborer for the Philadelphia Housing Authority. I just started there in April. Yes.
Isn't that something? You talk about opportunities.
That keeps a smile on her face.
Yes,
I
it does. It does.
know.
It's sad that it's people out here that haven't been able to get a job, or that's why I'm blessed, and I praise my union like that. I know God is first, but I know that it wouldn't be possible if they didn't accept people with a pass.
Exactly.
With a pass, and far as going into the reform, and I did something I wasn't supposed to do. I continue to keep in touch with the women that I left behind. I had an organization, it was called White Heart Prison Ministries. It was just an email between myself and a group of the women that were left behind, or if new women came in, just as something as small as if they needed something mailed somewhere, or if they needed a book, anything in God's will that I was able to do, nothing that I couldn't do, nothing illegal, but it's just me being inside, it gave me the sympathy and empathy to know what they need.
Too, that,
it gives me.
So why weren't you supposed to do it?
Right, I was going to ask that next.
You're not supposed to keep contact with while you're on supervised release probation. Like right now, I can. That's why I'm speaking about it, because I can't get in trouble. Then you're not supposed to keep contact. But you just have to think about the people that don't have anyone. Just the smallest thing you may need, a letter, a card for your birthday, or send someone's child a card.
And that's part of the probation, that they don't allow you to engage with incarcerated people that one you have a relationship with, you have a bond with, and if anybody, they will want you. I mean, I get what they're saying in a sense. I really don't, because people need support regardless. And you just make it harder for the person who is still in there, who was left behind in a sense, still doing their time. They need someone who understands, the need for whatever that support looks like, whatever that help looks like. And, it's just another strike against people trying to help themselves in a sense. People who are recovering from, doing a time. Sometimes you just need to say, you know what, girls, here's a letter. I was thinking about you. What do you need? A scripture,
verse, a Quran, whatever your religion. And it's the smallest thing.
But for them to make it part of parole that you can't have contact it's really harsh.
People treat you differently when you came home?
Well, I still continue to have a very strong support system. I've had the same friends since grade school. My family was very supportive of me, because really that wasn't me. That was something I did, and they forgave me.
They didn't
my
judge
children,
you
no one judged me. They stood by my side totally. My mother was even willing to tell the judge she would do the time and let her daughter come home.
Wow.
So I've been blessed by. So I didn't have that from my close friends, but it's just surprising, like to my Facebook or my Instagram, people, like I said, a lot of them may understand now where I'm coming from. They may have never understood because I never told the story.
Exactly.
So they probably saying, well, she just keep talking about this union. What in the world?
Yes.
And it's so sad for women. We always get the label of who is she doing or what is she doing?
Exactly.
No, I came home with dedicated to work hard and do something for my family that would make them proud as well as myself and keep me out of trouble. So, that's why I give my praise to my local 332 for those that did not know.
That's a nice commercial break, because we do have to take a commercial. We'll be right back. We're going to end on that note. We'll be right back with more Labels Live.
We have a crash on the PA Turnpike westbound. This report is sponsored by onbound.org. A crash on the Pennsylvania Turnpike westbound at Fort Washington. The shoulder is blocked and it's backed up from Benstown, Philadelphia. On the PA Turnpike eastbound, barely budging Valley Forge to Virginia Drive. The Blewett northbound delays 95 to Route 1, northbound against St. David's to the PA Turnpike. Southbound St. David's to meet Swarthmore. The Schuylkill eastbound, barely budging 202 to Belmont, Montgomery Drive to University, westbound University to Girard, westbound again, west of Montgomery Drive to Conshohocken. 95 northbound, barely moving the Vine Expressway to Bridge Street, southbound Bridge Street to Girard, and the Walter Wynn Bridge eastbound, that's jammed between the toll plaza all the way across the bridge to 295 southbound at Creek Road. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org. For more traffic information, go to SIGAlert.com. I'm Ann Evans with your Philadelphia area traffic.
This summer, Eastern State Penitentiary is offering a rare look into life inside America's correctional system. Eastern State Penitentiary presents Hidden Lives Illuminated, animated films by currently incarcerated artists, projected onto Eastern State's Gothic facade. Screenings held nightly, August 15th through September 12th. More at hiddenlives.org.
Listen live at wordradio.com. Stop in Booker's upscale restaurant and bar, located at 5021 Baltimore Avenue. Booker's offers a southern flair with a modern twist. Enjoy outside dining, live jazz, scrumptious weekend brunches, happy hour, and more. Booker's has that downtown feel without the hustle and bustle. Booker's is family friendly and available for private parties. For reservations, call 215-883-0960.
It's September, and once again, it's time for the 13th Annual Strawberry Mansion North Philly Fest, September 7th, 2019. The event is located at the Manda Recreation Center, 33rd and Diamond Street from 12 noon to 6 p.m. The Strawberry Mansion Neighborhood Action Center, Strawberry Mansion Community Development Corporation, and Council President Darrell L. Clark welcomes you for free food, resources and information, talent show, children's carnival rides, and live music from Philly's own Down to Earth, Breakwater. Coast to Coast, a special appearance by Kwame, and DJ Gary O. Main entertainment begins at 2 p.m. Join us this Saturday at the Strawberry Mansion North Philly Fest at Manda Recreation Center. We hope to see you there.
Word TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at forward. Word TV. Black Talk Media.
Welcome back to More Labors Live. We have Ann Grace here just telling all the good things that she's doing since she's been home for these years and focused and wanting the best for her and her family. So you want to talk a little bit about White Hart?
Sure. Well, we turned White Hart Prison Ministries into a Beautiful Heart Ministries.
Wow.
Now that some of the women are home, I'm greatly pleased to have met these women. There's a lady named Topeka Sam. I don't know if you've seen her. She's been in the Oval Office with Trump. She was just on the Good Day, the news yesterday. She's been on CNN. She's just, I didn't have the pleasure of just coming home to be able to just go, and I had to go find a job.
Exactly.
But God has blessed her to put her in a position where she's doing nothing but fighting for the formerly incarcerated, the ones there, the children of the incarcerated women.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so many stories and so many things that you wouldn't believe. So I'm an event planner for a nonprofit organization, and it's called Beautiful Ministries. We're on Facebook. You can follow us. Instagram, it's a Beautiful Heart Ministries, and there's just a group of people, and we're trying to do things for children of the incarcerated women. It's I know firsthand experience what it's like if I don't know what my child may get for Christmas. So if we can just a small, maybe one family, two family, doesn't even matter, do something for someone that we know is needed. It's just, that's why it's a Beautiful Heart Ministry.
So the Beautiful Heart Ministry, is it locally, like some branches?
It's based from New York. And the lady Topeka Sam, she has oh boy, well, here I go.
Website?
Ladies of Hope Ministry. Excuse me, guys. Ladies of Hope Ministry as well. And she's based in New York too as well. But we're getting ready to bring a chapter over to Philadelphia. Yeah, we're bringing a chapter over to Philadelphia so we can help these children, help these mothers, help these women. Because we know the men, we know that this is a big thing for men. But no one really looks at the women. No one, you wouldn't think. And if you look at the faces of these women, you would never know.
Right.
You would never know my story if I didn't tell you.
Right, because you always keep face, like Cody said, you always smiling.
Well, she's happy.
You know, yeah, she's very happy. She's happy-hearted too.
Right.
Yes.
Now, did I hear you say you try to get book bags for some of the young people?
Yes, the NOMO group. Yes.
You put it on Facebook, and all you got was one?
Well,
four.
I got 4 book bags in total. I did receive money from a few people, but for me to ask for 1 book bag from each friend, if there was each friend that I had on Facebook, those children would have had so many things. And that's just the thing.
So how would they get them to you?
Well, I mean, everyone has Cash App, Zelle, or something. You know, it's just some type of way to reach out and help someone else.
There are people listening to you right now that will support it.
Definitely.
So how would they do it?
Well, the NOMO, they're on Instagram. They're also on Facebook. This is an organization helping youth. It's amazing. Like Tony was saying,
God.
they had barbers there. They had hairdressers.
They did.
They
I
had
forgot to mention
artists.
that.
They artists,
Local
rappers,
artists.
local artists there to do a performance. It was very, very good, but it was a struggle for us to get our people to stick together to put this thing together.
Spell no more.
NOMO.
Yeah, it's NOMO, and it stands as an acronym from New Options, More Opportunities. And they're also partnered with a program called the FAT program, Families and Children Together, about incarcerated, families who, children having a hard time to see them, so they call the FAT program, where they bring them together to visit and have maybe daddy-daughter dances, things like that, up at the prison, so they can visit or just bring them up there. So they're two great organizations working together for the communities. But she's right, that NOMO and FAT program, that back to school extravaganza was, it was awesome. There was a lot of kids, a lot of book bags. It was at 332. They had donated the facility, the hall, so they could have it somewhere.
Right.
It was awesome.
They had the parking lot.
The
they
parking
had
lot,
the
bouncies. They had both sides of the hall. One was organized with, like she said, the barber and the hairdressers were there, and they had all of the school supplies in the middle. Then on the larger side where the stage was, they had all the kids and the food with their parents. It was awesome.
These were for kids whose parents are or were?
Some are incarcerated and some were just from the community. It was a kind of combination of both.
Oh, okay.
It was awesome. It was a great turnout.
It is. So there's so many organizations that are trying to help, but it's so hard. It's a struggle when we, have so limited, help out here, resources. So, yeah, we just have to just pull together, stick together, and just, know that it's for a good cause. If something's for a cause, I'm there.
And people have to be patient too, and they have to know that it's okay to get involved, and it's okay to learn on your own. Like you said, it's disheartening to hear people talk about the union. I'm not going to the meeting. I'm not going down there. What they're doing for me? Well, it's a relationship. It's a partnership. The members and the actual business managers and the business agents, everybody who works there, we work together to make it work. We can't do it on our own or by ourselves. So all of the involvement, your involvement helps. People don't think it does, but it do, because guess what? If you're in a union, like you said, you have a lot of opportunities. You have resources that are available to you, in a sense, like you have all these great committees. A lot of unions don't have that. No. A lot of unions they don't have the emergency relief committee, and you're on that committee too.
I'm on emergency relief committee and the next generation committee.
And emergency relief, they just started doing.
Generation, didn't we have
Malik was in here with William, yes, and
the
they
guy that was nervous.
He was nervous,
and then he sweat all over the place.
But he went. He was great. He was talking. He was very comfortable after
better.
a while. But even with the emergency relief, that's for members. Tell us a little bit about that.
The emergency relief fund is, we have fundraisers, do things, and it's for our committees. It's for our members. If you were a member, you had a fire, that's what the emergency relief fund is for. We're here to help you. We're going to give back as much as we can to rebuild your, what your loss. Funeral, you take you don't have. We'll take and see the back end of what your needs are. So emergency relief is for our members. So
it's all for the members.
We have a happy hour every month. This month it's on
every
the 20th.
Friday.
Every third, yes, it's the third Friday. It's $20. It's all you could drink, and there's
Where is this?
At the
the
Laborers
hall.
Local 332 hall.
It's nice
1310
too,
Wallace.
It's nice.
Yeah, I can't come over there. They're my client. I don't want them to see me taking advantage of that $20.
No, listen.
But it's for the emergency relief committee. So they have like a small buffet that you can eat, and they have top shelf, and it's between 5 and 10, and all the money
Open to
goes
the
back.
public?
Open to the public,
Yes.
to the members, yes. And
Yes,
you buy
really?
tickets. The tickets are $20. I think it's $25 at the door. But it all goes back to the membership. So it's not like anybody's pocket. It's all for the emergency relief, to go back to the membership. So
Every third
third Friday. So on the 20th
of
From what
September,
time?
5 to 10. It's
Wow.
awesome. It is awesome.
Do you think that your experience is what has shaped you in terms of your enthusiasm and and your appreciation and wanting and willing to participate in all kind of committees and things?
It definitely has. My experience has changed my life totally. I know that prison is not a good thing, but it was a good experience for me. It showed me that I can't take things for granted. You shouldn't take things for granted. I took too many things for granted. My family, my work ethics. I took too many things for granted. I'm a very smart girl. I'm a little too old for school right now, so trade is the way for me. So Labor's Local 332 pulling me in, showing me, who would have known 3 years out, I'm working for PHA. I've been a foreman. I've been a shop steward. I ran the housekeeping department over the Pennsylvania Convention Center.
Wow.
So, there's possibilities, there is opportunities, I just want to show people that the people just like myself,
Right.
that you have a chance. That like if you follow my page is nothing but job listings, inspiration.
Yes.
I don't want to put junk on my page. Some people say I post too much. Yeah, but I'm posting something of
Good
relevance,
of resources,
Yes.
of need,
Yes.
opportunities. You post it all, and trust me, I follow.
Yeah, and that's what we lack. We lack of giving. It's not all about. I'm receiving my paycheck. Yes, that's fine. I don't want anything from these other organizations or committees. I don't want anything. I want to give.
Right.
That's it. Yeah, and it did. It came from my experience. And I can't say that it was a bad experience because I met these beautiful women.
Yes, you did.
And I've learned to take things differently. I don't take nothing for not even a grain of salt, because I've seen I just met this beautiful, beautiful soul, Miss Naomi Blunt. She did 37 years. She did 37 years on a conspiracy, and she's been commuted by Governor Wolf. And this is a beautiful soul.
Wow.
She's a beautiful soul, and it's just showing that change it's here. And I'm standing right on, and I'm right with them, and it's just time for me to step up and just give it all.
Do you have other family members in the union?
My son, my niece, and
Your son is in the union?
my son is in the union. Yes, my oldest son, my 28-year-old son, Andrew Grice, he's in the union.
Which one?
He's in Labor's Local 332. What
Right,
other
right,
one?
what else?
What?
She didn't lean back when she said that, did she?
And
She could have popped the collar.
yeah, if I had one. And my granddaughter's mother, which is my son's daughter, his mother, his daughter's mother, Jaquana Williams. She's a 332 member as well, and my niece, Radia Furchell, 332 as well.
That's what I'm talking
right.
about.
Were they in there before you?
No, sir.
You brought them in?
I brought them right
That's
in.
what you do. You take care of
Wow.
family.
Yes.
You take care of
Yes, brought
family.
them right in.
great.
They all work at the Pennsylvania Convention Center.
Mhm.
Yes.
And it's opportunities like that the union allows people to have.
Well, you
Right.
know what? It's interesting because you used to hear Sam come on and talk about how the union gives other people a second chance and opportunities, but then they hear
Yes.
it makes it real.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And when I was following you on Facebook, I'm like, wait a minute, Ann, you are so involved. You gotta come. You gotta
Right.
talk. And she's like, I want to so bad. And I'm like, you just gotta share your story. You gotta let everybody, and especially these young girls, because we were talking about that. They kind of get lost too. Like we see the guys on the corners and things of that nature, but the girls are there. They're just around the corner.
Right.
You know what I mean? Lost and trying to figure out who they are and what they're going to be doing after high school, or maybe even during high school. So it's stories like this that you see as opportunities. It's never too late. You can help yourself. We were talking about the grit. My daughter was learning through TED Talks, the grit about, perseverance and the power of perseverance and motivating yourself. And that's how you're going to succeed in life. Doesn't matter your IQ or anything. Even looking at, and you're part of now the Reform Alliance.
Yes.
I was looking at the founders and the CEO, and it's so many different demographics. You got Meek Mills and Jay-Z
Jay-Z.
to Daniel Katz, I think it is, and
Michael
Rubin.
Rubin.
All these people of different backgrounds coming together that only in America offers that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then we spend the most on, prisons and things of that nature. It's just so crazy. I had the number in front of me. I wrote it down because I got it off of the Reform website, and I couldn't believe it says 6.6 million people are in the criminal justice system, and 4.5 million are currently on parole or probation, but $80 million is spent on corrections annually, more than any other country in the United States. Is that crazy? We're supposed to have the biggest opportunity, opportunities in the world, but we spend. It's just about money at times. It's just about money.
Yes.
I mean,
So when you're in the halfway house, can you work?
Yes, you can work. You can work in
Is
the
that
halfway
when you
house.
started working?
I started the RISE program, and that's when I wound up getting the job at the convention center. Yes, so I did have a job, and most people, they want to get a job in there because that's the only way you could get out. You have to pay. You have to pay to stay there. It's not free.
oh wow.
Oh yeah. They definitely garnish your check.
Where? What do you mean?
In the halfway house. Oh, they get a percentage of your check. Yes, sir.
When you work,
Yes.
they get a percentage of your money.
Yes. Yes.
In the
yes.
halfway house.
So what happens if you don't work?
Well, you don't get to go out as much. You just
It's just
sit
like-
around.
yeah.
You're not running up a bill
No.
that you'd have to pay later.
Yeah. Well, the other people are paying.
Yeah, because the crazy part, if you're working, you're really not running up the bill. It's the
Right.
people that's actually
not
there that's not
working.
working running
Yeah,
up the
running up
bills.
the
Think
bill.
about it. So Ann's paying for someone who in the
Correct.
halfway house that's not
Correct.
paying, working.
But
Yeah.
you didn't care, did you?
No.
I know.
No.
No.
Exactly.
I went to work.
Yeah, you went to work. You want your,
Yeah.
freedom and
Yes.
That's another system that needs to be looked at.
Definitely. There was a lady there in the halfway house, and this is a very smart lady, and she, was in the same prison I was. She's not from Philadelphia, but that's the thing about it. They send you certain places. You don't have to be near your home. They don't care.
Wow.
So this young lady had got a job, very good job. I don't want to guess because it was so long ago.
That's okay.
I believe like the behavioral health place she was working or something. Now, mind you, she had 1 week, not even 7 days before she left. She waited and got this good job because she knew she would be leaving. The halfway house told her, did you tell your job you're here? And she was like, no, because I'm leaving.
right.
They were like, well, we're going to have to come to your job. This woman lost her job.
Even though she
Why
was
did they
going
do
to start
that?
working once she got out for good.
Yeah, she lost her job. They went to the job. She lost her job, and her last check, which would have been, I know exact number, was $750. And she had nowhere to go. No home to go to, nothing, and not looking for any props or anything. I sent this woman to my mother.
Yeah.
This was the librarian at the prison. I told her, you go live with my mother.
Wow.
You take your $750 and you run.
They caused her to lose her job.
They caused her to lose her job, and then wanted a part of her only.
Check
this is
that
all
she had left. Her last-
This is what she had to her name.
Wow.
$750, and they wanted parts of that money. And made her lose her job, but now she's doing very well for herself.
She
She
got
works
another
at
job?
she works at hospital. She's doing very well.
That's
very well.
horrible.
It's so horrible. But imagine if I didn't offer her that,
Exactly.
like where would she go? What is she supposed to do?
Is she in the union?
No, well,
Different union?
yeah,
She's in different union.
she's
She's in the
she's in
hospital.
hospital. She's
So
probably
a lot of them now are opening up to giving people a second chance. in
yeah.
other unions.
A lot of jobs are opening up because you have to think about it. How many people you just did numbers of how many
Exactly.
people you see the number. The numbers speak for itself.
Listen, you got to give them a
Did they have
chance.
to take that off the application?
Well,
That
that's what they
question?
did. Ban the box. Ban the box.
Right.
They worked
Oh,
on. That's
right.
what ban the box is. Like, they don't want
Okay.
you to ask that question anymore. Yeah.
Tag. So they caused her to lose her job. I'll take a break. I'm sorry, Troy. Okay, folks, keep listening because we'll be back with more Labor's Live.
We have a crash on the PA Turnpike westbound. This report is sponsored by onWURD. A crash on the Pennsylvania Turnpike westbound at Fort Washington. The shoulder is blocked and it's backed up from Benstown, Philadelphia. On the PA Turnpike eastbound, barely budging Valley Forge to Virginia Drive. The Blue northbound delays 95 to Route 1, northbound against St. David's to the PA Turnpike. Southbound St. David's to meet Swarthmore. The Schuylkill eastbound, barely budging 202 to Belmont. Montgomery Drive to University. Westbound University to Girard. Westbound again, west of Montgomery Drive to Conshohocken. 95 northbound, barely currently moving the Vine Expressway to Bridge Street, southbound Bridge Street to Girard, and the Walter Wynn Bridge eastbound, that's jammed between the toll plaza all the way across the bridge to 295 southbound at Creek Road. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org. For more traffic information, go to SIGAlert.com. I'm Ann Evans with your Philadelphia area traffic.
Listen to Word Radio on the go with the Word Radio app. Search for WURD in your favorite app store today and take us with you wherever you go. Stay connected to Word Radio, independent Black media.
The stadium is ready. The team is ready. But are you ready for the Eagles' favorite shake? The Shamrock Shake? It's a delicious Philly original that's ready to rock the taste buds of Eagles fans across Philadelphia. Made with creamy vanilla soft serve, mint-flavored deliciousness, and topped with light whipped topping. Fly, don't walk to get yours today. At participating McDonald's for a limited time only.
Support independent Black media and join the Forward movement now at 215-425-7875 or visit wordradio.com.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Word TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at Forward. Word TV. Black Talk Media.
Hello, welcome back. More Labors Live. We have Ann Grice here from Labors Local 332, and she's telling the story. You know what, Ann? A lot of these committees and things that you sit on, not just with Labors Local, I'm talking about these programs. How do people get involved in them? Because that's very important. I don't want you to leave here today. Shout out to any of them.
Sure. As well, I don't want to leave one out. Tony Willis, I'm quite sure you know Tony Willis, Ardella's house. Me and her will be going to Harrisburg on September 24th, and I'm quite sure Tony, you could follow her on her page. I don't want to misspell her organization, so
I think it's
ARDELLAS, yeah, house,
right?
And I'm quite sure she'll post something for someone to be able to go and follow. And as well, all of these
Instagram,
all of them have Instagram, all of them have Facebook. The Ladies of Hope Ministry, A Beautiful Heart Ministries, Ardella's House, and NOMO. All of these organizations have a Facebook, they have Instagram. Support, follow, donate, do whatever, volunteer. And the Reform Alliance right now, they as well are looking for volunteers because we're all trying to go to Harrisburg on September 24th. We're trying to get some bills passed, and, you know, volume speaks in numbers.
What are you going to see?
We're going to the state.
To the Capitol State House?
Yes.
Speak to the legislature?
Yes, sir.
So they put you on their agenda?
Yeah, well, we don't have a good agenda.
Okay.
we just going.
We want to be heard. That's what it is. That's the agenda.
Yeah, we're just going. We're just going.
Want to be, so they can say, "Oh, what was that group about? I saw those Reform Alliance T-shirts."
Right.
You know what I mean?
So a lot of you are going.
Right, and it's so funny that the reform, they're involved because they're thinking Meek Mill's, Jay-Z. It started with Meek, but it can't end with me.
Right.
I'm Meek Mills. The other people, there's so many Meek Mills. Everyone's Meek Mills. The numbers, you read the numbers. So it's just not, it's good that he brought the attention to what was already going on, so that's just pretty much what I'm doing. I'm just trying to, stand for a cause. I've been in that position, so it just helps just a little bit more with me having that experience. It makes me want to just go forth 100%.
Is he still supportive of the things that you guys do?
Definitely is. We just all went to the Native American. I'm saying elbow to elbow with Michael Rubin. Pictures, conversations. I mean, we are the formerly incarcerated sitting there with millionaires, so it's much love. That's a beautiful thing, I really appreciate the way they are going about it. They're just not making it about Meek Mills. They're taking it serious. They are going all the way, and that's what all of those organizations, like these people, they haven't been incarcerated. Some of them, they're just involved. Like it's an injustice, and it just needs to be taken care of. Needs to be addressed.
I think that's awesome. I think that they're getting involved with the community. You know what, a good thing is still the community supports a lot of these people who are involved. You know, the basketball sporting, you know, the rapper, all the above. I know Robert Smith is involved in it too, one of the co-founders, he's that billionaire that donated the money he paid for the colleges for the students. Yes.
Right.
He's involved in it. So the fact that there's a need for it is sad, but the good thing is that people are Meek Mill brought it to the surface, to the forefront, you know, and like you said, I am Meek Mill, because that's a t-shirt if you didn't know, because it's the truth, you know.
Is that a t-shirt?
No, it should be. That's what I'm saying. That's a t-shirt.
Okay.
I am Meek Mills in the sense, you know, we form alliance. So they can take that. Because that's good. Listen,
Really.
you need that because he's everywhere.
So who invited you guys to the Jay-Z?
The Reform Alliance. Well, basically, because that Made in America is Jay-Z's show, and he was there.
So you were
he was
VIPs?
we were.
You were in the back, the VIP.
But you know what? No, but they were working. They had
we were working.
There,
we were working.
Tables
Yeah,
set
we were working.
up.
We had
People,
booths, and we were getting signatures and getting postcard
didn't know
signs.
that.
Yeah, we were working. Van was working. We were
Jones
working.
was
Yeah,
there,
Van
'cause
Jones
he's CEO
stayed
of
the
it.
whole time.
Right.
Yeah, not just an appearance. These guys were hand on, like I said, elbow to elbow, like we're sitting right now. So it's just a beautiful thing. It is. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I think it's amazing you can share your story though, and you know, like Cody was saying, people have been through things and they don't want to really share. Right. But I'm quite sure today, you know, someone is listening whose daughter or son has gone through the system, you know, first offense. And just, you know, the time that were given, you know, was just unbelievable. And some of the parole and probation that was given to them in a sense. And, you know, you kind of let people know that it's a possibility for a chance for them. If that makes any sense, you know, people need to know, because I'm quite sure when you were incarcerated, you were thinking to yourself, what am I going to do? You know, what's next for me? And some days you might have been lost and just didn't know.
Yeah, you have to think about it. I have an 11-year-old son. If I did 4 years, he was very young, you know, and it's still to this day that my home is not his home in his head.
Right.
You know, he's lived at a location. My co-parent, his father, excellent. I couldn't ask. That's why I said I was blessed by having a great support system.
Right.
His father, excellent. Nothing I could take away from that man. Nothing. And, you know, it's just that, think of how many other people don't have that.
Exactly.
And that's where I stand. Like right now, I'm working on getting reunification transportation. I want to get people to visit these women in prison. I want to get their children there. So reunification transportation is going to be a van service to get families connected with the families inside. Mothers, fathers, it doesn't matter. It's already planned out. Business plan ready. It's just it's coming soon.
Wow, that's awesome.
I want to keep these children.
They
with
have to
their
keep
parents.
that connection.
Yeah.
They have to keep that connection.
My son's father, he couldn't bring him, so my oldest son had to had
wow.
the responsibility of bringing my youngest son. That's horrible.
Yes.
That's horrible.
Well, it's just, you know, the situation, you know.
Yeah, it's
He
it's
visited
something.
you?
Yes, they did. Yes, I did. I got visits in Danbury. I got visits in 7th Street. I was supported, and that's why I did what I did with the White Heart Ministries, because I've seen so many people. Even for me, I would ask, send me this book or send me something, and it would take a month or so or whatever. And then I was in this group in there, and I had this counselor. She was like, you got to think, we don't live in a time of post office. Who has a book of stamps? Who has a notepad? Who goes to the post office? You got to think everything is email, everything is text.
Yeah, from your bills to
Yeah, from
everything.
everything. So you have to think about the communication that these women don't
It takes more
have.
time to mail you something than actually just
So that was
emailing it to you.
that was our mission. Me and Clover Perez, one of the, she's the CEO of the Beautiful Heart Ministries,
Okay.
and that was our vision, to help people that just the smallest little thing, maybe send your child a birthday card.
Exactly.
Because you can't. You know?
can't.
Yeah.
So, but they're not allowed to receive emails in prison. are
Well,
they?
in federal prison, I'm not sure about state prison, how that goes. I was in federal prison, and we did have emails that you pay for. It's called a True Link. You put your money out of your account that your family sends you, and you have to put it on an account, and then you could check your email.
So you pay for
You pay
internet
for it.
that's
And then
free
check the
because
email.
they're already paying for it in the system, so
Right.
that the ward and everyone can have email access and Wi-Fi to their phones. But they actually made them pay for something that was already paid for.
Yeah, and everybody can see your emails too, can't they?
Well, no, the feds can see them, but no one else. You go in
Feds
there.
can see everybody's
Yeah,
emails,
they
even
see
if you're
it.
not incarcerated.
Yeah, right.
I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah. Look, I did not say
I
that.
didn't mean that.
Even if you're not incarcerated, they can see
That
your
wasn't
emails.
me. Somebody hacked
With
me.
that being said,
Yeah, but there's a way of communication through email, but
Right.
it's costly. It's costly, and if you don't have any support, it's a bad thing. Phone calls, nothing's free. Nothing's free.
Very pleasant interview.
she's
Thank you.
great.
Tony,
I
you did
appreciate
good.
you. Yes, I appreciate. And I
Thank
just
you.
think, I hope you are a listener because, like I said, she's a member. She understands what the union, solidarity, and family is about. In a sense, she knows what it means to get things done, and we just wish that for everyone who's listening, that you can be, powerful in perseverance. You can be motivated in what you do, that it doesn't take, a college degree or all these high IQs just to want to achieve something in your life and stay focused. So on that note, I thank you, Ann Grace, for being here today.
We'll
guys
see
for
you
having
again.
me.
Yeah, you know she's coming back.
Oh, I'm
She knows
gonna
she's
come
coming
back with Miss Naomi Blunt. Maybe we could get her to sing
Yes.
a tune and just hear her story.
We need
It's
that.
An
We
amazing
need
story.
that. Kind of uplift our community in a
That's
sense.
right.
I hope
Great.
you all enjoyed the show today. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Friday. Thank you.